Afternoon, guys. Got back from taking a trip into town. Had to pick up some groceries, and I also got some water that I'm going to transfer from the tank on the back of my truck and transfer it into the tank that supplies my RV. So I figured I'd show you all that in case any of you are thinking about doing something like this, buying yourself some property and living off grid. You can kind of see a little bit of what's involved. But uh, yeah, I slowly but surely I want to start stocking up my. I've got a chest freezer in there, and I want to try to get it built up pretty good, so I'll have quite a bit of meat in there before winter really kicks in. Because this year's going to be interesting. There's about 7 or 8 families up here. And to my knowledge, the only person who ever had a tractor and would bother to plow the road when it got heavy in snow was they moved out this summer. So yeah, we're kind of on our own here, and I don't know if anybody else has a tractor or not. Now there is one a property sold up here. It was a deer camp before, or hunting camp, and the guy who bought it, he's wanting to do the same thing. So I'm hoping, well, if he's going to be wanting to run a business up here, then maybe he's got a tractor and he'll keep the road open, so that so business can get up here and guys can do their hunting, and that'll benefit everybody else up here who doesn't have a tractor. If I had one, I'd do it myself, but I still haven't even built my home up here, and I'm living in that RV inside that barn, which I'm absolutely, well, let's just say I'm not thrilled in the least living inside of a camper. I don't like that. So I want to get my home built, and throwing $15,000 or $20,000 at a used tractor's just not in the plans right now. So yeah, hopefully this guy's will be interested in keeping the road open, and we'll see what happens. Uh, well, yesterday we had a huge downpour here, and well, let me go back a little bit. I About 2 days ago, I started letting the chickens or the chicks out into the run, which they seem thrilled to death about that. But yesterday I learned the real meaning of bird brains. There was a storm coming. I mean, I knew it was going to start raining pretty soon, but I wasn't going to go in there and try to chase them around the run, trying to get them back in the coop, because I figured they'd be smart enough to do that themselves. But to my surprise, they stood right out in that rain and got soaked and everything. And it was late in the afternoon, so I was like, oh man, I hope they can dry off pretty good before night sets in and then the temperatures drop. I think that the temperatures may have hit the upper 40s last night. And this morning when I came in to feed them, they were everybody was still alive and energetic. So I guess even last night, when I came in to give them their last feeding, they looked all pretty dry by then. It'd been, an hour and a half, maybe close to 2 hours by then. And I put extra hay in there, so if they, did get cold, and I was hoping, again, with the bird brains, I don't know if they'd have enough sense to know, but, kind of dig into that, into the the hay, and hopefully keep themselves warmer. But regardless, when I fed them this morning, every one of them looked fine. Didn't seem to be any issues. So I'm gonna let them out now, and then we'll go over here and I'll transfer that water over. But I just want to say one thing before I put the camera on the chicken run. I just, real quickly, I tacked down a few boards right around the bottom. Part of it's got some extra, I had some extra hardware cloth and a little bit of chicken wire too. Won't really be able to see that. All you can see is these wacky looking boards that are haphazardly put down around the bottom and everything. But I did that just because some of that wiring looked small enough, the holes, that I thought, well, maybe I'm still a little bit worried about the chicks maybe being able to push their way through that and get out. So just right around the bottom, I added some boards there to make sure that didn't happen, and it seems to work because they haven't got out. Although the chicken wire that goes in the space, but I'll turn it around here. The chicken wire, there's chicken wire in that space at the bottom of the coop, and everything. And yesterday when I finally came down here, the rain had just about let up. It was still sprinkling, but I don't have a raincoat, and so I wasn't going to get soaked while it was coming down hard. If they're that stupid, then they can deal with it getting wet. So I waited till it was almost over, and then they were all kind of huddled up under the little ladder there for them to come in and out of the coop. But they still got soaked. And but one of them, one of the little roosters, he had his head stuck in the chicken wire. So a hole's about say a $50 size, and yeah, he was just standing there with his head through that stuck. So yeah, there's something else, but yeah. So yeah, as you can see now, it looks pretty sloppy looking, but I just popped it up real quick so that I know they can't get out, and just one screw in each one, and I'll be able to take that down once they get a little bigger, and I'm confident that they can't get through the main wire on that. But we'll go down here and let them out, and then we'll go back over to the water tanks. See how anxious they are to come out after their little experience. With the rain. Guess none of them have any PTSD from their little rain trauma. But yeah, you can see they're starting to feather out real good. Again, these are buff Orpingtons, so they're going to be kind of a blonde color. When they mature, they should all be about the same color. But yeah, I figured they'd like this a lot better than being cooped up inside all day, which I think today's the last day of August, and it has been cooler than normal. I'm really kind of worried that we're going to have a long hard winter and everything. So I'm trying to get them as much outside time as I can before it winds up being so cold that they have to stay in, or obviously if we get a lot of snow early. The first year I was here, it was about between the second and third week of September that we did get a big heavy snow, and it just kind of stayed that way all the way through till May of the following year. So I would really hate to have to keep them cooped up for months on end. So yeah, they better enjoy it while they can. So, all right, I'm gonna stop this here, and I will pick you back up over at the barn.